Testimony began today in the impeachment trial of suspended Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Fox 7 Austin's chief political reporter Rudy Koski has been following the trial all day and joins us with more.
Rudy, the bulk of the day, I know, is dealing with motions that could have ended the trial before it really got underway. What caught your attention about those votes?
Yeah, what caught my attention were two senators who voted to dismiss Bittencourt and Kolkhorst being from the Brenham area, Bittencourt being from the Houston area. Both voted to several times to dismiss the charges against the Attorney General, which caught a lot of people by surprise somewhat. But it's notable that the votes not to dismiss exceeded 21, and the 2/3 that's needed to eventually to vote to uphold the impeachment. All they really needed was a simple majority in regards to the motions to dismiss. They didn't get that. So in a way, we're thinking that possibly their votes to dismiss early was an opportunity to provide some cover to give them an opportunity, if so compelled, to vote for the impeachment later on if they have to. So that was an interesting twist.
You know, Rudy, the opening statements certainly portrayed Ken Paxton in two very different opposing ways.
Yeah, Mike, Tony Busby, the defense attorney for the Attorney General Ken Paxton, referred to it as sound and fury. That's all that these charges are worth. Just a lot of sound, just a lot of fury, not a lot of substance. They really put on a strong opening statement today saying that they have an explanation to all the articles of impeachment, everyone, in that they accuse the House managers of twisting and misconstruing and making it seem to be worse than what it is. And they claim that they will have an answer for all of them. As for the House managers, they say that it is a clear cut of misuse of power, that the Attorney General tried to help out a high-profile political donor and was caught doing it and deserves to be removed from office.
Witness testimony started late today, and it started with Jeff Mateer, the former first assistant attorney general. Talk about that.
Yeah, Rebecca, it took us a long time to get to it. It was like 3:15 when we got our first witness. A lot of us were talking that this process for the most part of the day was like watching paint dry. It was a very slow, grinding process that we had to get to finally get to our first witness. Jeff Mateer, interesting enough, is one of the whistleblowers who set everything in motion, caused a civil lawsuit that was being held in Travis County courtroom, and got stopped when the Attorney General decided to settle for $3 million with these whistleblowers. And because of that settlement, it came to the State House for payment. House members balked at it and said, wait a minute, we want more details. And when they started peeling that onion, that's how we got to this trial. So Jeff Mateer told, and early on in his testimony, that he warned the Attorney General not to get involved with the Austin developer Nate Paul, that he was trouble, could get him into trouble, and he disregarded that advice. So here we are.
You know, we noticed that State Senator Angela Paxton, who is the wife of Ken Paxton, she cannot vote in the impeachment, but she was spending a lot of time talking to other senators who are jurors. Is she violating any sort of impeachment rules by doing that?
Yeah, you noticed that. I noticed that. A lot of people watching the feed and watching here notice how during breaks she kind of just started meandering around the room, working and talking to a lot of the other senators who are juror members. And by the rules, they are not allowed to discuss any of the evidence. They're not allowed to discuss any of the testimony. So we don't know exactly what she was saying to her fellow Senate members, but it sure did look very strange and troubling to have her, while we had breaks and the cameras were on, she certainly was out there talking to the fellow members.
And all of this is just day one. All right, Rudy Koski live from the state capitol tonight. Thank you.